All right, week 3 of the BBR. We're fighting Owen. I'm not gonna lie, this matchup does not look that great for me. Wingle's very scary, but I mean, Wingle's the type of Pokemon that you basically have to dodge or, you're not great into. No Geodude, so I can kind of just lead off with my Brody. Get off a strong hit early and do what I can. I did change Volt Switch to Thunderbolt, like right before the game because of Geodude, just to break it sturdy, but obviously I'm gonna regret it. Let me show you guys my team, though. We have Choice Scarf, Brawler this week. It's good for Dragon Dance, Scrafty. It's good for non-Scarf Wingo to threaten it with Thunder Punch. We also have Zen Headbutt for Coughing. And then Knockoff is nice for getting rid of Eviolite on Coughing, as well as Pokemon like Defensive Squirtle, Galarian Meowth. Just basically a good neutral target. Heavy Duty Boots plus Sturdy on Pineco means I can get a strong Explosion off on Shell Smash Squirtle. I can also Rapid Spin away Hazard for free. I can Spike Up, which can allow my Brawler to put in a little bit of work. And I also have Bulldoze. Bulldoze allows me to threaten Galarian Meowth, basically weakening it for my Minccino later. Of course, we have the same set we always run on my boy, Physically Defensive Mudbray with the Earthquake, Rock Slide, Roar, and Stealth Rock combo. Roar plus Stealth Rock, racking up damage as it's been doing every single week. And then Rock Slide lets me hit Wingo, also Levitate, Coughing. If it's neutralizing gas, I can obviously Earthquake it as well. Heavy Duty Boots, Wattrel is really nice. Thunderbolt and Air Slash are very difficult for my opponent to switch into outside of Geodude, right? And I have pretty decent switch-ins to Geodude, like Mudbray, which if it goes for Rock Blast, I get multiple defense raises. U-Turn is nice for momentum, just in case I want to go out to like Galarian Meowth or anything like that. I just want to weaken it and bring out my Mudbray to get Rocky Helmet Chip. And then I have Quick Attack. Quick Attack is cool for picking off a weakened Wingo, a weakened Scraggy that's Dragon Dance boosted, a weakened Scorbunny, which we have a speed tie versus if it's Choice Scarf and whatnot. A Squirtle that happens to live a Bullet Seed from my last Pokemon, or my next Pokemon, which is Minccino. Eviolite Minccino is extremely bulky, does not go down to most hits outside of like a strong fighting move from Scraggy, but Bullet Seed can wreak havoc, breaking through sturdy on Geodude. Knockoff is nice for Eviolite on something like Coughing. Like if I get Stealth Rock up and I knock off Coughing's Eviolite, Tail Slap can send it flying with skills link. And then I have U-Turn as well for Galarian Meowth. Galarian Meowth is basically the best answer for this Pokemon on their team. And then lastly, we have a Spadef Marini. This thing is amazing. It's very difficult for my opponent to bring this down. It can deal with Pokemon like Scorbunny, it can deal with Squirtle, depending on if it's Shell Smash, Zen Headbutt, or Mud Shot. It has Sludge Bomb. It's not two-shot by... well, it can take multiple Hurricanes from Wingle, excuse me. I can tank hits from Galarian Meowth. I have to be careful about letting it get knocked off, though. Like, I have Haze to stop Shell Smash Blastoise, to stop Dragon Dance Scraggy, but if I get knocked off, it's a lot harder for this Pokemon to do its job. But that's the squad for today. Shout out to all the homies who have helped me this week with prep and practice, all my subscribers. I appreciate y'all, as well as Chris and everybody, and let's get right into the game. All right, well, let's jump into this game. Have fun Owen, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check them out. A lot of, like I said, a lot of giant threats. And remember, in this league, you can only have 2 of the same item, which is why I have 2 Eviolites, 2 Heavy Duty Boots. That's basically why. Now, I do have the Rapid Spin. I do have to keep Pineco around just in case it's Shell Smash Squirtle. I assume it's going to be Galarian Meowth. Yep. There it is. Is it on a balloon? It is not on a balloon. I'm going to U-turn out immediately. I assume it might be Sash, maybe? I do, like, the percentage of 0. Bro could just be Eviolite. Bro, that Meowth took 0. But then again, it's level 5. Like, how the hell are you supposed to figure out what you're really doing? No, literally all of them do 1, even if it's just nothing. Alright. Right out to Mudbray we go. Mudbray's important to get up rocks for Scorbunny, for Wingo, etc. Goes right for knockoff. I'm going to tank that. We get a little Rocky Helmet Chip as well. We get our stamina boost. Could have Steel Beam, I guess. I'm going to get on my rocks. Again, it definitely could have Steel Beam. Meowth could also be faster than me if it wants to be. Let's see. Knock off immediately. I don't think this is the Eviolite Mon. I think Steel Beam does, like, a lot, but I don't know if it kills me in one. But, again, I assume they switch. So we get up rocks for Wingle, which is perfect. Coughing is going to come out. Coughing. Right? Squirtle comes out. Okay. You're going to immediately Rapid Spin? That's not the end of the world. I think I'm going to go Minccino here. Because if they Shell Smash, I survive any hit. As long as it's not like Life Orb, and I can knock him out after a Bullet Seed. Goes right for flip turn. So I don't think it's Shell Smash. Unfortunately, crits me, which actually matters. So not Shell Smash, most likely, but I'm still going to keep my guy in the back. Pretty unfortunate crit there, but it is what it is. Gonna U-turn here. Basically, like I said, at full HP with my Evilite, there was nothing that Squirtle could knock me out with. And again, I get that chip on Squirtle, which is real good. At least with rocks later when it comes in. Always going to U-turn here. We know this is not Scarf. This is faster than my other Mon, so... But yeah, that's a big flip turn crit because it might actually put me in range of Flare Blitz from Score Bunny. Again, just repeatedly just going for little U-turns here. Doing what I can. We'll go U. Obviously, I threaten things with Earthquake now. Let's see if it goes for Iron Head immediately. Does a lot. I wonder if you risk me being... faster than you. I'm going to go for Roar. Just to see if he does risk that. Because I think if he's faster than me, he would knock me out anyway. If he's not faster than me... Because I could be speedy. Yeah, I'm 45 base speed. He's base 40. So, like, I can literally be faster than him if I want to. So, I'm going to go for that Roar because, again, I assume you don't want to risk this. On my grind. There's Wingull. It takes the rocks. I'm going to be able to force that out as well. Roar, which is perfect. My Mudbray doing exactly what it does all season. Ideally, we're getting in something like Score Bunny or it's Squirtle, unfortunately. It is Squirtle, unfortunately. Gonna Earthquake if I can. I already got the chip I need. Goes right for flip turn. All right, so Squirtle knocks me out with flip turn. But again, we got chip on Squirtle, so CC two-shots that. Wingull's gonna come out later and we can smoke that too. We're looking pretty decent. We're looking pretty decent. Got me coughing. Wheezing. Alright, there's no Thunderbolt switchings. I was not paying attention to this thing's ability, by the way. I don't think it's a neutralizing gas, but... all I know is I'm going for Thunderbolt and there are no switchings. Like, there's literally no switches to this Mon, so... Ooh, big damage. It's a berry. Orin. Goes for Thief and takes my heavy-duty boots, which I don't think matters too much. I'm not Eviolite, obviously. That's really cool, though. That's an old-school coughing set. Thunderbolt's still really good here, so I'm going to go for it. I didn't want this thing stealing my Eviolite on Marini as well, so I'll take this. Again, not really anything on their team takes a Thunderbolt. And it's not like they're rocks up, so I don't have to worry about this too much. They do switch. So something's going to go down. Oh? Wait, you ate this for breakfast? Okay. Gonna go for Quick Attack just in case some sort of random cuss tap happens that I'm terrified of. Get that demon out of there. Alright, so we get rid of Squirtle, which is perfect. Wingull's gonna come out and probably miss some hurricanes. We get rid of Squirtle, which means rocks probably stay up. Little Quick Attack. Look at Quick Attack Brody go. Let's go, Brody. That's my GOAT. That is my GOAT. Now, you do have to fear the Quick Attack as well. I think even on Wingull, because Wingull has, like, no bulk. It says it does 15 to 21%, which I don't... Good to know. Good to know. On my grind. All right, there's little Wingull. Gonna go for its Pride's Hurricane. Well, it probably should go for Water Move here now I think about it. I'll bring on my my Marini on this guy. Throws off a Surf. That did nothing. Okay, so it's not Life Orb. I'm going to go for Surf here. I assume you switch, and I don't want you going out to Galarian Meowth for free to knock me off. Yeah, it's Meowth, exactly. Meowth comes out. Gonna get a strong Surf off on Meowth. Beautiful. I think I can go Wattrel here now on knock. Assuming I don't die. I don't know if I die. Maybe I die. But I have no items, so I'm going to assume I don't. They go for Style the Rock. Okay, so we get a kill here with Thunderbolt, which is great. And they can't stop that. I don't really care too much about rocks. I have my guy in the back. This is obviously all for Scraggy, right? So Brody picks up another KO. Let's go, Brody. And I get to keep my Eviolite on my Mon. I assume Scraggy's going to come out. Oh. I mean, I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt here. Why not, right? Strong move. Goes for U-turn. Anticipates me to want to go out to Marini. I do live that. So I get a strong Thunderbolt off on probably Coughing. They crit me as well. This is a speed tie, so there's no reason like I didn't feel that threatened. Brody is going stupid. Maybe Coughing comes out. I can see Coughing. Pull up, Scraggy Pants. What's your set? Woo! Scarf? Surely a Scarf, right? Alright, Scarf knockoff. That's fine. Scarf. Boot. Little Moxie Sweep, that's fine. I got the Scarfer right here, little android coming through right now. Does Thunder Punch KO Coughing? LC Tank. No neutralizing gas. Does Thunder Punch kill this guy as well? I don't know. Why my music sound like that? I think Thunder Punch does KO this guy, so I'm gonna go for it. It hits Wingull as well upon switching. Double kick. Hey, big damage. We'll bring out Marini here. We do want to be careful about the knockoff endgame. But we always have our guy in the back. Maybe they Zen. They Flare Blitz. Which we're going to take for days. They do burn me, which is actually big. Why does the music sound like that? It actually sounds really bad. It's alright, I'll end up taking it out. I'll Surf here. Go for Flare Blitz again, try and knock me out. We've kept our Eviolite, so we're pretty good now. Alright, so Marini picks up the KO on Scraggy. They can knock me off next. I'm going to keep this guy alive. That way Wingull cannot kill me in one hit. Again, that burn actually does matter because it's getting me nice and low. For that, that guy in the back. Are you Scarf Wingle? I gotta take these headphones off. That music is actually hurting me. I assume a T-Bolt will come out here, right? So I'm gonna bring out my... I'll bring out my Marini. My little, my Minchino, my Stevie. Which I should be able to take this from. I want to get my regen as well, so. We do tank Thunderbolt. Very easily. They don't paralyze me. I get to go for a very strong tail slap here, which gets a kill on a Pokemon. Maybe not on this guy, but it does a lot. Hey, we land. Look at you. Bro, this move is so strong. It's actually crazy. How can you do this much damage, bro? Actually insane how much damage you just did there. Look at you, Stevie. All right, Sludge Bomb picks me off. How do I endgame this properly? I think it's you. I think it's you. I think I Thunder Punch for sure. Hey, let's go, Crab Brawler. Wingle, Scraggy Scarf. I wonder if Wingle's Scarf. On my grind. Wingle gotta be Scarf, right? Like, why else would you bring it? I'll go Marini. Because I'll keep this guy alive. Because I think if I Rapid Spin with my guy, I can bring out Crabrawler. So the Hurricane here misses, unfortunately. You got two chances, though. That burn also puts me in range. Before, I literally wouldn't be in range. Otherwise. Goes for another Hurricane, does land. Yep, that burn literally put me in range. Okay, I get to go you. Let's go. I am max attack Rapid Spin on a Wingle. Rapid Spin does a lot. It kills. Cool. All right, does switch. All right, we get that Rapid Spin off. Try to think. So I'm +1. +2 speed. Wingle's way faster with a Choice Scarf. I think I have to switch. If I had an attack there, like I literally got rid of Giga Drain, which might have been better there. Goes for CC. I lose the game. No! That's game. That's game. Yeah, that's game. Smart to CC there. I should have stayed in and made it go for attacks. Great game. Honestly, great game. Let me see. Marini. Yeah, so if I wasn't burnt on Marini, I always live Hurricane. If I was not burnt on Marini, I always live Hurricane. So, but also the max roll I could get was 12, and I was at 12, and it got max roll into me. All right, so we stay in. Go for this Rapid Spin here. +1, knock it out. Again, if I had an attack on this, I went for it. But it's literally that burn that put me in range of Hurricane. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made the hard Marini play. That was Probably should have played for it, though. It was on me. Good game, Owen. Good game, buddy. All right. Good game to Owen. His channel link will be down below. I'm going to hit him up for an interview, and I will see you guys in the next one. That is it. Peace. He got literally absolute max roll on 12. But, yeah. But, I mean, I switched it in hard because I knew I would die because of the burn. But anyway, out of Owen. Good game, bro. All right, I'm here with Owen. Owen, you can say hi to the people.
Hello, hello. What's up? Thank you for having me.
Yep. Good game. Very good game. I definitely think I think you played exactly what you needed to do, basically, at the end there. But I think
the offense. Were you Scarf Cinchino as well?
No, I was Eviolite. That's why I took the Thunderbolt.
Was Evio? Okay, I couldn't. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. The game was moving quick. I did not calc it during it. Shit, like that kind of made me like feel super pressured to not use Wingull at all because like, oh dude, I really need that thing for the Scarf Cinchino. I'm super weak to it without
No, Minchino's good because I mean I weakened a lot of the mons anyway. I think Scarf Scraggy made a lot of sense into me. Again, I'm like, I should have just doubled at the end. Because I didn't calculate the rapid spin damage on Scraggy, but also there were my Kerbrawler could live CC as well because I was at 19, so the rolls were 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 19, 19, 19, and then 20. So I was like, I at least have odds here. But and obviously Marini, I didn't want to get knocked off at all, which is why I went for Surf on the Wingull a few times on like the switch back into this guy because I don't think this guy could stay in.
Yeah, that was honestly the Pokemon that like there was a lot of things that were scary in this matchup, right? Like I really didn't deal with Pokemon like Minchino was very annoying, Kerbrawler was very annoying. Wattrel was so annoying because I have a great check. I kept telling everybody because I was like the whole week I was like, God, dude, this Wattrel's such a problem. The Geodude, as if that's 1 out of 8 Pokemon that Geodude beats, the 8 other ones demolished that Pokemon. Exactly. It's so awful here. Like I physically couldn't bring it, which meant like I was really struggling with Wattrel a lot.
I lost every mock to missing with Minchino. So I was like, F it, let's just play. Literally every single mock I lost to missing with Minchino. So I was like, F it, let's just play. Like I don't.
At least it didn't come down to that. It might have been some other hacks, but at least it wasn't the one we were expecting. But the Marini was the most annoying Pokemon throughout the whole game. I played with the assumption of like you knowing that hey, Marini like kind of wins the game because I don't let it get knocked.
Yeah.
Knocked by Meowth, which is like kind of in a lot of mocks I was winning mocks a lot, but it was like people would let me knock the Marini.
Yeah.
Cool. And like now the game feels open and alive, but I kind of played through the game like knowing like like it's not gonna happen that way. So like that Pokemon, then I ended up burning my Thief pretty early. I think the one thing I could have 100% done better was play better with the coughing. I think burning my Thief on it really early was a little bit tough.
It was tough, but like who were you gonna go out into on Thunderbolt at that point?
Yeah. Well, I think maybe going into it was fine. Sludge bombing might have been a little bit better, and then sacking the Squirtle like I did was kind of like the idea is like you get some damage. I played a lot of Evio. Marini, or what do you call it? Wattrels and Mox as well, just because of the fact that I'm not getting up rocks this game very consistently. And both your spinners actually could spin pretty comfortably again. As important and good as rocks were. Plus, I really just wanted that Thief for the Marini. It's like one of the few ways I felt like I could position like getting the item off that guy. And I think I should have
OG
bombed
set.
on the
I really
Marini
like this set.
Game.
It's one of my
I think
my favorite sets.
Oh yeah, I think I could if only Berry Juice would feel even better. I think maybe too. I should have sludge bombed on the Minchino because again, Marini was so good. You just figured it out.
It wouldn't have killed anyway, bro. At the range I was at.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess I was under the assumption that you were like Scarf. Okay, like sludge bomb rocks might do enough kind of thing. But
yeah, no, this home was actually
it was a good game.
Pretty bulky. No, it was definitely a good game. Like overall, very solid. I'm very happy with what Wattrel did. A little quick attack at the end just in case that was like a random opposite.
I saw that, yeah. Because in my head, I was like, I'm going to click, I said last time, I'm going to click Zen here to get like 25-30% off from this Marini, just in case he's like, Torn Aqua Jet isn't worth taking with rocks. But then a quick attack. Okay. It was never a thought that went in the mind, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't end up switching out into from this guy, by the way, because I was like, you can't really touch.
No, and I didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah. That's all
there's not where as weird as it is, like I think you said it in like your draft analysis of like Marini, it's hard to switch into in this format. Everything's so frail, and while it's like super bulky, like Surf Sludge Bomb was
just hits hard, yeah. Surf Sludge Bomb is super good. I
Maybe I took a chunk from the surf, you know?
maybe I could have
That was
recovered.
easy.
I think there were a few plays like I could have just made it otherwise. Like I think I could have just recovered with Marini instead of it.
On that flare blitz, yeah. So
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to regen pick
On the
it up.
flarelets, but I don't remember if it was the first one or second one that burnt me. Though it was.
It was the first one,
It was
and
the first
then
one?
I
Oh,
clicked
okay.
flare blitz a second time as you surfed and killed me. And I thought about it, I was like, maybe I get an aggressive position to Scraggy here on a recover. But that would have been really bad to take a surf.
Yeah, the surf would have been big.
You know,
obviously.
and like my score bunny isn't good at that point. Really, it was really nice having like the boots fire type into like snow builds, and
Yeah.
like the sucker punch was also strong into like scarf Wattrels for this scene.
I mean, you don't need I like how we both had priority, but obviously at the end of the day, it's still 17-17 speed tie as well.
Oh yeah,
I changed. I changed.
no, I
Wattrel.
undersped it on the U-turn. I was fasting the U-turn. Like I was. It was.
I
one
mean,
of those things,
it
like,
worked a little bit better, I think, for you, because
yeah, because I ended up getting into the Thunderbolt. And,
yeah,
kinda
and
popping my
instead
theory.
of this guy being at like 30 in the beginning
Yeah.
of the game, so he couldn't come in later on a Thunder Punch, right? Because you ended up having to bring it in on that T Punch. So
Yeah, my thought process too, and why I didn't like just go Wingle is rocks are up. I have to surf. You have a switch in. It's just one less switch in. You
Yeah.
know. And I don't think I had confirm on items, so I can't really go Scraggy.
Oh no! You were.
Just
I'm talking about when you were
Air
in with Scraggy and I clicked Thunder Punch because I was actually tempted to click Send Headbutt to hit coughing upon switching, but I was like, I really don't need to. I also didn't know your EV, so I was like, I don't feel confident clicking CC with my guy yet. Maybe CC would have been better because I could still pivot once into Minchino and then get a kill. So maybe that was a misplay on my part. I'm not 100% sure. Little Cup though is really like click, 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 and then C.
Oh yeah, it's literally just like resource management who holds their like sack and like.
I was scared about this
3
guy
HP.
with Shell Smash. I was very scared about this guy with Shell Smash.
I thought about it. It was really strong, but like obviously you didn't bring him, which I think is fair. But like I had to put some respect on Snowshoe's name, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that guy could have been a real big issue for this team comp in particular. Like Coughing's Orin, it's not that strong, right? I remember not that bulky with Orin, like to where it can like lead check
Tank the
like
hits,
Snowshoe.
yeah. I was thinking like a Shell
so,
Smash
like,
mud shot.
Stabs Earthquake. Oh yeah, no, for sure. It was definitely a thought, but it felt needed. And I was kicking myself for not having spin too. But in my mind, I was like, okay, there's a real chance Poltergeist comes. And
It was on a build with what's it called? It was on a build with a eject button at first. So on the flip turn it comes in, and then I get to bring out Watcher on it. But
Oh, cool.
it wasn't like that guy wasn't
Doing
doing
much
anything into every other
Scraggy.
mod.
That's fair. Yeah. My thought was like if it comes just to like keep up rocks for guys like Wingle, because like obviously Marini's a good check, but if rocks are never up, it's still like somewhat difficult to deal with, right? If I can keep coming in and out, from
Yeah.
the over,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So, I was worried in the sense of just like if it comes just to guaranteed spin block, no spin,
No, it makes
at
sense,
all,
makes
then
sense, yeah.
I just never get them off.
Most games I actually originally unlocked. Like I said, after I lost like 3 in a row to missing, and I was like, I'm done mocking. I don't really care anymore. Like, if he doesn't, if Minchino doesn't want to hit, then it's not gonna hit. But I would lead Pineco early, but I was like, let me just keep Pineco in the back. It's my safety net for it. I kind of regret not putting pin missile on it too, which is something that I would have put at the end.
That might have picked it. I might have picked the Scraggy from there. I think it would have actually, right? I was like HP or something super low.
Yeah, also
So
multi-hit moves are broken.
Yeah, oh for sure. And Wingle obviously dies. He might die for full. Like I just not take it, unfortunately.
Oh, Wingle super dies. Yeah, Wingle dies to everything.
Yeah, love it.
But was a good game overall, man. Definitely
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Little.
No, I'm sorry about the Flare Blitz burn was tough, but
No, I was still on me. I still had Allison.
still
Honestly,
close.
it was like, because I like literally I was like, okay, now that it's burnt, I can't actually check the mons I'm supposed to check. So let me go Marini here. But maybe in my mind I could have. I was still technically outside of range the first turn coming in. Obviously, you missed a hurricane on the sack of it, but I was still technically outside the range of the first. I was like, oh wait, this doesn't do any damage to my Marini. Maybe even if he's modest, the roll is the same thing, which is ridiculous, by the way. The max you do is 12 if you're modest or timid. Very fun little cup rolls.
Shouts to Little Cup. Shouts to Little Cup.
But
again, I was so surprised when I killed. I didn't even calculate. I was like, okay, it's max spin F, GLI, like, it's not gonna kill you.
I was thinking about doubling because I think I was giving too much respect to coughing. Like honestly, I was like, oh man, that monk can like put me down, so why not at that point? But I should have. So it's on me. I think at the end of the day, the loss, and I think you capitalized on exactly what you needed to do. And at the end, I should have definitely called the double if I wanted to really win. But I also wasn't sure if how much Scraggy was out, and how much Rapid Spin did to Scraggy.
Yeah,
I was also debating like bulldozing Scraggy, and I was like, does that kill? Because I don't know how much you lived on, but obviously the 50 versus 60.
The thing, I lived on 2 HP, so it
probably didn't. It's little cup.
that first spin.
It probably.
I think I lived on 2 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you most likely lived the bulldoze after then.
Mhm.
I'm pretty confident, but anyway,
Yeah, it was
good game. For sure, good game.
Yeah, for sure, good games.
Yeah.
We'll play again, playoffs. So I'm like,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the little guys get there. I like on my team though. I like on my mon. This guy's the goat of clicking rocks and roar.
he's so annoying. He's so annoying, man. I hate that guy.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
happening
and
to me in Mox, where like you just get roared in the wrong thing, and you're just like, ah.
That's literally what I want to
Like-
do the whole game. That's literally what I try to do the whole
Like-
game.
You get roared into the wrong guy, and you're like, oh, I have to sweat. Like I get roared into Meowth instead of Wordle there. Also completely different game off of one roar, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
Literally. But all right, guys, check out Owen. His channel link will be down below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.